Hello lovely people and welcome again to my tutorial for today. I'm still your friend the little woman and I'm excited to be with you guys today. I hope you guys are very much okay. I sincerely welcome you guys to my tutorial for today. Please, if you are just breezing by, don't forget to hit the red icon to subscribe and also touch the notification bell. And for all my existing subscribers, thank you for being there for me. Please also, I implore you, don't skip my ads. I beg you in the name of God, please watch the ads. So for today's tutorial, we're going to be making an organza sleeve A-line dress. Okay? It's going to be a very lovely tutorial. And like I will always advise, please be kind to someone very close to you, someone you have no idea how he or she is going to pay you back. There lies true source of joy and happiness. Let's just hit the cutting table. And I'll be making use of these 3 yards of Ankara fabric for it. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so here we go. I'll be cutting both the front and the back skirts together. Okay, I'm folding into 2 and also into 2 again, making it into 4, leaving zipper allowance of 2 inches. Okay, so the length of my skirt is 49 and this is not up to 49, this is 45. So I will be adding something at the end to augment it to be 49. I hope you understood me. This is normal Ankara fabric, which is usually by 45. So whatever inches that is left, I will cut and add to augment the length. Okay, so the waist is 29 divided into 4 will give us 7.25. That's 7¼ 1 inch dart, and then 2 inches seam allowance. All right, and then 8 inches. This is my hip line. We should be familiar with this by now. So my hip measurement is 40 divided into 4 is 10 plus 2 inches seam allowance. So I'll just connect my waist to my hip. Okay, and then extend the hip measurement down to the hemline. That's 12 inches. Alright, with that said, I will also want it to have a little fitting at the knee area. Okay, so from my waist to my knee is 20 inches, allowance inclusive. Okay, so at this 20 inches, I will just move in by 1½ inches. Okay, and connect to my waist. I hope you saw what I did. Then I will bring it out again to meet my hip measurement because I want it to have a little fitting at this point. So this is what we have. Alright, so now as you can see, I have joined the extra fabric I talked about earlier. I hope you still remember how we got this curve here. I came down by 20 inches. That is from my waistline to my knee or a little bit above the knee. The 20 inches, my allowance is inclusive. I went in by 1½ inches, connected it to my hip measurement. Okay, now at this lower side also, I drew this line down to my hip measurement also. I hope you understand. Remember, I dragged my hip measurement from this point down to the hemline. Okay, I didn't show you because I haven't added this extra fabric. Now that I've added it, my hip measurement is 12 inches, allowance inclusive. Now you can see here, this is 12 inches. Okay, so I now had to drag this 12 inches up to this 20 inches. I hope it's very clear. Okay, so I will now proceed to line it. I will not be moving in with 1.5 inches or 2 inches here for a straight line, a straight cut skirt. No, instead I would leave the shape this way like an A. Alright, I will now proceed to line all of them. For the upper part, here we go. My fabric is on fold. Our shoulder is 16, that is 8. Armhole is 8.5. Okay. Bust measurement is 33 divided into 4 will give us 8.25, which is here. I'll add 2 inches extra for allowance. Our waist measurement is 29 divided into 4 will give us 7.25. I'll be adding 3 inches extra, 1 for that and 2 for allowance. Okay. Now our half length is 16. I added just half an inch extra because of this border here. I'll be making use of this one. Okay, and the half an inch will be taken from up. So I'm joining my bust measurement to my waist measurement. Okay, here I'm taking my 3 inches standard for shoulder slope. For my shoulder slope, I'll be using half an inch, which is here. Okay, then for the neckline, I will use 6.5 inches. Yes, it's going to be a wide neck. And for the volume of the neck, I'll use 4 inches. So I'll connect my 6.5 to my 4 inches. Okay, I will then cut. Okay, now for the front. For the front, we are supposed to have gotten so familiar with it. Our half length is 16 inches, but I'll be adding 1 inch to this front. I won't be adding just half, so I'll be making it 17 inches. My shoulder is 8 inches, which is exactly where it is. Meanwhile, my fabric is on fold as usual. My shoulder to bust is 10.5 inches plus half an inch. I'll be making it 11 inches. Okay. Now I'm going to go down by 3 inches, come up by 3 inches also. The 3 inches down is my under bust. Okay. My nipple to nipple measurement is 8 inches, which is 4. I'll be adding 1/4 inch as my sewing allowance. So I'm measuring 4 1/4. I will also turn this into a straight line. Okay. Now at this shoulder area, I'm coming down by 4 inches. Okay. And then my ½ inch shoulder slope. For my neckline, my 3 inches standard for shoulder slope. Now remember, for the back neckline, we took 6.5 inches. We are going to maintain that 6.5 inches. Okay. So I'm going to connect my shoulder slope. Alright. Now this 4 inches I came down with from my shoulder line, I will connect it to my bust area. We should have gotten used to it. Perfect. Now the volume of my neckline for the front, I will use 4 inches also. So I'm connecting the 4 inches to my 6.5 inches like so. So I will now cut. I will also notch these 3 points. I will go over to the side. So I'm placing my fabric, making sure I have not less than 3 inches left on this side. So I place it like so. I have to trace out the notch point. After that, I trace out this shape. Okay. And then I'm going in by, this person is not busty, so I'll be using 2 1/4 of an inch, not 2 1/2 this time, 2 1/4. All right, so now I'm going to place my measurement. My bust is 33 divided into 4, 8 1/4. With my 2 inches seam allowance. My waist is 29 divided into 4 is 7 1/4. With my 2 inches allowance. Okay, like I always say, you are free to add as many allowance as you want. Okay, my armhole is 8 inches. Remember, we've removed a 1/2 inch when we did our shoulder slope, so it's now 8 inches. Now at this bust area, you can see we have an excess here. At this bulge, this is supposed to be our sewing allowance, but it's still okay if you want to add. If you don't want to add, it is still fine. Okay, so I'll just connect my lines, and then I'll proceed to cut all of it out. Okay, so this is what we have. I'll just proceed to cut out the wooding, the lining, and line them properly before we now talk of the sleeve. Okay, so right now I've lined the front and the back. The next thing should be to join them at the sleeve, and you can see, sorry, at the shoulder, you can see the shoulder is very, very tiny. Okay, it's intentional. So we'll join at the shoulder our normal way, open it up, make sure fabric is facing fabric and lining is facing lining. You turn it over like so, and then you make your stitch. I will do the same thing at the other side. Insert my dart, close up this armhole area. Okay, also for the skirt parts, I've lined, ironed, and inserted my dart. Okay, so by the time I am done joining them at the shoulder, inserting the dart at the back panel and closing the armhole area, I should now join the up and the down together. I hope you understand what I mean. So I should join the front panels together, both the up and the down. I will also join the back panels together, both the front, the up and the down. Okay, so now I've joined them at the shoulder, as you can see. All right, I've also joined both the upper part and the lower part together. So the next thing should be to insert our zip, but before then we'll have to close it up at some point. And as usual, I'll be taking 7 inches from the waistline down, and that is where my zip will start. This is what I mean, 7 inches. So I'm going to start closing it up from this 7 inches down to the length I want. Okay, and also there's going to be an overlap slit at the back. Okay, so I should make a stitch of about 15 inches. From this 7 inches to this 15 inches, I will close it up and then leave the rest open, and then I'll attach my zip from the neckline down. Alright, so here the zip has been inserted. I should just close it up at the 2 sides using the body measurement, and when I'm done closing it at the 2 sides, I will then insert my sleeve. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and get it done quickly. And then here for the sleeve, I'll be using an organza material for the sleeve. Already I cut out our basic sleeve. I've made a tutorial on this. That is why I didn't want to waste our time cutting it. You can check my channel for the tutorial on how to cut basic sleeve. Okay, now I still have my organza here. I will be inserting 3 tiers of circle sleeve on the basic sleeve. This is what I mean. For the first sleeve is going to run across the armhole area this way. This is for the first tier. The second one should come from around here, and then the third one around this point. I hope you understood me. So this is going to be the first sleeve, the second one, and then the third one, but all of them are going to be the same measurement. All right, so let's get to it. Okay, so now we are going to be doing the sleeve, and I'll be cutting all of them. Like I said, will be of the same measurement. I'm folding my organza into 2 and then into 2 again, making it into 4. Okay, and then I will fold again, just the same way we do our circle top or circle sleeve or circle gown. Okay, so as it is now, I'm cutting 2 at the same time. Okay, okay, so having folded it this way, my radius is 1.7, around sleeve is 10.5. Okay, so I'll be measuring 1.7. It's actually 1.67, but I had to approximate to 1.7. Okay, so I will mark the 1.7 all round. Okay, now for the width of my organza, I'll use 9 inches, allowance inclusive. 9 inches, 9 inches, 9 inches, 9 inches. So I'll cut this one out. Okay, So this is 2, like I said. I will be cutting an extra 4 of the same measurement. Okay. Okay, so I have successfully cut out the 6 sleeves. You can see it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 for the sleeves, and I opened them up at one end. All of them, I opened them up. But I'm going to be taping it with this fabric. Okay, if you like, you can use your bias, but I want to be taping mine with this fabric. Okay, and I've carefully pieced it, so I'll proceed to tape it all. Okay, now this is our basic sleeve. Remember I said the first circle sleeve is going to start from here, and now our round sleeve is 10.5. Okay, that is this place. Now, knowing fully well that this is more than 10.5, all you need to do is expand it carefully to make sure that this armhole area accommodates this. Okay, now this is 10.5 or so. All you need to do is to just carefully place it and then expand it at each end, like so, just to make sure you get what you want. This is what I mean. So it's like this. You can just carefully expand this way, just for the one that will be at the upper part. Okay, so we're going to be doing this on both sleeves. You keep expanding until you have gotten what you want. Okay, let's see. All right, so this is it. We now have it complete. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing to the other sleeve and then proceed to tape the circle sleeves with this fabric. All right. Okay, so this here are my 2 sleeves. I have not only taped the bias, I have also joined it to our basic sleeve. Remember, the foundation was our basic sleeve before I now joined it. And please, I did not use any measurement. If you have a longer width of your circle sleeve, you can choose to make it longer than this. All right, so I didn't take any measurement from the armhole to this second one or to the last one. No, I just did it randomly. Okay, so I will also close it up with our normal round sleeve measurement from the armhole down to about this place. Okay, before we now join it to our dress. Okay guys, this is our dress. Check out the sleeve. I hope you guys are loving it. Thank you for watching till the end. I appreciate you guys so very much. And once again, if you are new to this channel, please hit that red icon to subscribe. If this video has been helpful to you, thumbs up this video and don't forget to share our video. Till we meet in my next class, I love you from the bottom of my heart. Please take very, very good care of yourself. Bye.